Hi, my name is Gregory. In today's video is how to design implant crowns. What's the difference? What's the steps? What's the difference between 4.4 Chairside software and the previous softwares? So in the previous video that we discussed how to designate the implant crowns in the software. Now let's assume that we are trying to do 2 more implant crowns on the same patient. And if we choose abutment, we now have 2 options. We will mostly use screw retain crown or multi-layer. So what's the difference between screw retain crown and multi-layer in 4.4 software? If you choose a screw retain crown and during your design you decided that you wanna split the case, you wanna use as a multi-layer abutment. If you go into your administration phase and choose or change screw retain restoration to your multi-layer abutment, the restorations we've been working on that's design will be deleted. You have to start all over again. So for me, to make my case easy, my life easier, I always choose multi-layer abutment. And the reason is, if I don't want to split the case, I can mill the restoration as is as a screw retain. Or if I need to split the case, if I want to split the case, I can always split without changing my design. So that's what the difference in between the screw retain crown designation and multi-layer. So again, to make your life easier, in my life easier, I always choose multi-layer abutment. And then during the process, I will choose which way I want to mill the restoration. So let's say that we are doing 2 more implant crowns. And for example, we're doing number 31 and number 28. And those 2 implants are 2 different implants and 2 different sizes. How can I choose from the administration phase and designate them properly? So it's going to be still the same by generic individual, and if I'm going to choose the framework, let's say it's going to be Ivoclar, and let's say we're doing everything out of the Emacs, and veneering structure is going to be also the Emacs. Okay, and we're going to use one of my milling. So the type base, or we can use scan post. Okay, and for example, we can choose a Zimmer type, let's say 4.5. Okay, and I choose number 31, and I'm going to choose number 29. So in this case, you can see that there's a small screen pops up on your right side, and then if the implant is different on number 29, you can edit the restoration, and you can change here wherever the implant size or the manufacturer you can want to choose. So for example, if it's 3.5, I can use 3.5. If I want to change on number 29 the restoration, I want to use, let's say, Night Ivoclar, but I want to use something different veneering structures. I want to use like a Vita material, I can use Vita. Okay, and when I'm done, you can always go and the check procedure. So you also, if we're not doing this case, I always can just trash this case or cancel this case. Okay, if we're not doing that procedure. So in this type of a case, what I'm doing right now, I already been doing number 30 implant crown, and that's acquisition page. And you can see because I already milled the restoration and it's already been locked. So as the previous video shows you, that we always using gingular mask. I use without scan post, without type base. I scan the model or scan the patient, move this catalog or copy this catalog to the jaw I'm working. In this case, it's going to be a lower jaw. Okay, and when I place my type base or scan post, whatever you choose, okay, I just scan that area which is missing on the lower jaw. Then we choose the upper jaw and the buccal bite. What's the difference in this case? So as you can see here, the difference when we clean the scan body on 4.3 software, and a small screen pops up and asking us, we use a gingival mask or not? In this case, in 4.4 software, you don't have this option in when you clean scan body head. You only have this option in edit baseline. So when you click on scan body, the edit baseline screen show up. Then you can choose using your gingival mask, or you don't have to use your gingival mask. Okay, it's going to be up to you. So the gingival mask I use the most of the time when I shape the space, shape the gum for my future restoration. So for example, if I'm going to put a telecat, okay, after implant placement, and I shape my gum according to my future restoration, I can copy it and I can use a gingival mask, so my final button will resemble the same shape according to the shape I already have on the gums. If I don't have, or I did the impression during my implant placement, okay, or uncovered procedure, then I'm not using my gingival mask, and it's easy for me to work on the software. Okay, that's a major difference between the 4.3 and 4.4 software. So you can see here that we designed the implant crown, okay, and in this case I could probably use screw retain, but if I want to split the case, okay, I can split the case, but when you click, if I'm going to unlock, when I unlock the tools, okay, the right click, maybe it's in the 4.3 software, we had a split icon here, tool. You don't have this anymore, okay. You can have this on your right side, where you're gonna choose the tools and you want to split the case. So that's again the difference between 4.3 and 4.4 software. So nothing major, because many people are asking, including me, that's where's the split tool, you know, where I'm gonna find it. You're gonna find the case again in your tools on your right side, but not on your wheel. Okay, so that's a major difference again between 4.3 4.4 software. Thank you very much.